8 minutes of gamer rage. Here we go. Enjoy.
How 7 kills 14?
Amen! Please just come to me! I'm dead.
Can I get some f***ing share?
Never ever buy a SteelSeries mouse. Never. SteelSeries, this one, whatever the fuck it's called. Never ever buy it. Ever. Holy shit, that is insane. I've never had this. Okay, I have to pause and get out of the mouse. Never ever buy this fuck.
That's why I play on a touchpad.
No, there you go. It can go f itself. Fucking shit, man. I don't want. Look at this dog shit. Made of fucking dog shit. That's what it's made of.
No, those bad boys don't get touched. They're too expensive. Team of the Year, Haaland! Team of the Year, Haaland, and he still can't score with his stupid Team of the Year, Haaland! Oh, look at me, I've got Lone FC! Like, no one gives a shit about you, dickhead! Bounces back to his Team of the Year, Lone Haaland! Team of the Year, Lone! Oh, goody, with your Team of the Year, Lone! Again!
Knock. Nema digla, nema! Nema digla, Come on! Come on! Stop playing with me! Stop playing with me! Man, damn! Yo, why the nigga focus? Holy shit! Fuck, like, damn, you stop having a mojo! What the nigga game? Bro, holy shit!
Nee, leider nicht.
God damn it! Stop it, bro! How does he know to plant on the fucking table?
Hä? Er redet mit mir.
Nein!
Oh, das ist krass hier. Oh mein Gott.
Nein!
Oh nein, Abo.
Homie! Nein! I'm making the fuck out! What the f? Infinite jump fatigue gadget. Bro! Oh my god, I'm so mad.
¡Mira, trepa, bro!
Oh my gosh, bro. Bro, I'm trying to peak game and lock the in, but it's like it's. Oh, I'm not understanding.
Nie no, to się nie są przyzwyczajeni, bo tam ci...
I'm dead. Rough. I remain.
latest character on Mortal Kombat 1, Peacemaker. Play.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Bro, what the?
I just lose aim assist.
Gave it a solid try.
This guy is not the same guy I was fucking playing. Like, what the fuck? Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh my fuck. What the fuck is that, dude? Some of these goals this guy has scored are fucking ridiculous.
Bro, like, he has a mythic gun, dude. I'm so much better than him, man. Like...
Yeah. No, you should throw it right there when I ping. Where I ping.
Oh shit, move.
Like, how do you hit those shots?
You going up?
That's it for this time. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you
Mobile games are going big.
Macron's bachelor weekend, together with the wedding. He's looking for the fish.
I told you not to ride that bicycle in the house.
damn. You good?
That's what happens when your fat ass sits on a broken chair.
There he goes. He's ready. Showtime. Oh.
Daj di na chwilę na bambu.
Ja.
Ah, ik zie zoveel sterretjes.
Ja.
Dale, crack. YouTube, es YouTube, boludo. ¿Cómo la cantaste?
God!
It won't last in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
You're recording? Yep.
Oh! Ah! You right?
Yeah.
Do you want plaster?
No, I've got plasters.
Please tell me that was not me.
Get that off record now, you stupid recording. Get the
Go!
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's a big one. That's a big one. Okay. I told you, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I have never in my life seen a golf ball go backwards.
never underestimate the power of kindness. But of course, not the...
What's dumber than being caught performing a criminal act? Being caught performing a criminal act on camera. We'd like to start this video with a criminal who can laugh at his own dumbness. Isn't it generous of the police to wear body cams? It just saves time trying to prove that they've stolen $10,000 worth of stuff during a house search.
Ray-Bans. This is about last night. Piss.
Ah, the shoplifter's worst enemy. A locked door. When you carry out the world's most poorly planned robbery in the world's most helpful neighborhood. You should never illegally enter a building, but especially not through a window that's smaller than you. Yes, there's no better way to disguise your identity than with a completely transparent plastic bag. Some criminals steal because they're poor or hungry, but some have different needs. First impressions count, and revealing yourself to your new neighbors as a porch pirate is one hell of a first impression.
Is that your bike? Is that your bike?
And now, the least subtle bike thieves ever. The world's greatest criminals all have one thing in common. None of them are accident-prone. This laptop thief could use a few upgrades to help with his processing speed, by which we mean his stupidity. If you're gonna steal as many sneakers as you can carry, then maybe take some kind of a bag? If the aim was to completely trash an ATM, then these guys would have done a great job. Here's a tip for any criminals watching. Always try to avoid the part of the door that's not a door. Locked doors are also known as thief humblers. Yeah, maybe YouTube the how to break into a car video before you decide to carry out the crime.
Criminal is in its natural habitat. YouTube in a video on how to break into cars. Let us look further.
What's the perfect cover for being a porch pirate? Being a delivery guy.
I don't think this is for you.
However, some delivery guys aren't delivery guys at all, as this terrifying footage shows. Luckily, his gun was no match for a good old-fashioned shove. This is about the best commercial the makers of this security gate could have ever asked for. Who needs a guard dog when your house has a lot of sharp corners? Want to be involved in contact sports but don't have a team to play for? Well, just become a robber instead. When you see this porch pirate running away, you'll be amazed. Mainly because she's stealing a package full of bricks. You know it hasn't been a successful robbery when the staff at the Apple Store start feeling sorry for you.
Baby, just go, honey. Just go. It's gonna be all right. Just go.
And now for a dramatic escape through a hotel window.
Don't tense up, man. Where are you going?
Well, almost. Never try to rob a man who's armed with snacks. These jewelry thieves weren't expecting to be foiled by a high-tech piece of anti-theft equipment. You know, like a hand. How fast can your car reverse? These homeowners are about to find out. If you'd like a quick and easy way to make your shoplifting completely foolproof, then just give birth to 2 children. When you want to steal a car, but don't particularly want the mother and 3 children who are still inside. If this guy had a match, then they would have made an even more desperate getaway. Stealing people's shoes in a mosque is pretty low, but luckily CCTV can often see just as much as any heavenly being. It's strange how 2 large burglars with heavy tools can be scared off by a man effectively saying, "Hey, stop that." This report about a cannabis farm bust suddenly got very real. I wonder if that teenager has stopped running yet. Looking for a way to steal an ATM without drawing attention to yourself? Well, maybe don't use an excavator. Some criminals are more thoughtful than others and will give you more than enough time to grab a nearby police officer. Never judge the effectiveness of a guard dog by their size. What's worse than stealing a motorcycle, failing to start it, and then being stopped by the police? How about being stopped by the army? The moral of the story? Never steal gas from a guy who's having a really bad Monday. Ah yes, I've heard of these. It's a package that makes you deliver something into your own pants. This woman waited patiently for her phone to be fixed, and then made a high-speed escape. Or at least she would have, if it hadn't been for one of those confounded doors. Yes, you may be good at shoplifting, but that doesn't mean you're any good at packing your own trunk. Hiding your face while performing robbery is a skill. Lesson 1, always hide it on the way out and the way in. Some people steal to support a drug habit, but when you steal to support a chocolate habit, you can really cut out the middleman. The owners of this house were away, but when the neighbors heard sounds, they alerted a nearby relative. And, well, you can see what happened next. You know that moment when you make a big hole, but then you forget where you've made the big hole? I don't know where she'd stuffed that item, but they may want to give it a wash before putting it back on the shelf. there's always time for a little victory dance.
You're the finest soldiers I've ever seen.
What you got?
Yeah, seems like a legit place to get your Black Friday deals.
How much they is?
These are 30, these are 20.
Oh, okay. Turn them around.
I give you a deal, though. I give you 2 for 40.
For real?
Yeah, they real. I just stole them out.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
If you steal diapers, then you might find yourself in some serious crap. And now some impressive close-up magic. This woman's bag is miraculously much bigger on the inside.
Oh my god, what are you doing? Pick up what's yours and leave. Oh, this is not okay. Yeah, you know what else is not okay? Stealing from us.
Watch the raw panic of this bank robber as he tries to break his way through this locked door. And then realizes it's not locked. The green fingers of this plant thief didn't stop her from being caught red-handed. This kid spotted a burglar in his house, who then tried to convince him that he'd only entered the house because he'd seen someone in the house. Genius. This guy has all the hallmarks of a classic cartoon burglar. He's accident-prone, has a huge oversized sack, and all he needs is a black and white striped jersey. Yeah, when it comes to robberies, I always choose a sledgehammer over planning and preparation. These guys fail so hard at this robbery that it's almost criminal? Don't you just hate it when you arrive just a little too late to wave your gun at people? Oh, well, might as well just go home then. Horticulture theft is a hot topic right now, but only if you're stealing chilies.
Excuse me, can you not come and steal from like Darwin to our B&B? Oh, can you give me back all of those chilies? Can you give me back those chilies and the basil? That is mine.
When you steal a tractor, so you can steal motorcycles. Who'd have thought a life of crime would be so complicated?
I've got a tractor, massive tractor, he's not stopping, he's not stopping. Okay, he's run over the bikes, everybody stay well clear of this tractor. Okay, he's dropped the bucket, turning right onto Tudor. No, he's straightened up. Darley Street, stand by, he's on 2 wheels. Just broken the gate, he's going to be hitting the railway lines.
Here's a home invader caught on camera, and he's very, very bad at it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the unstealable car. Luckily, this guy was soon sent to prison in Toy Town. If you're gonna carry out a burglary, then you might as well spread a bit of Christmas cheer while you're there. Why cover your face with a mask when you can use a huge pan? It must be a gourmet burglary. Wait, if you love our videos, be sure to check out RetroCast.
Our generation isn't turning away from the world's problems. Watch us fly ahead, rise to every challenge, and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first.
Watch this. I can show you how to get the sweetest deals online when you shop from major retailers like Amazon and Target. You can drop prices automatically. I can show you how, but I can't do it for you. People are saving real money doing this. $160 million in the last year. Across thousands of different retailers, you'll immediately see this. See what I mean? You'll see better prices you had no idea existed. And you don't even have to ask. They just show up automatically. Download this free tool that'll give you access to the deals. Just click, click. Done. That's it. Simple. It takes all of 10 seconds, and there's no need to enter any personal information. There's no technical mumbo jumbo. It's that easy. What are you waiting for? It takes less than 30 seconds to start saving.
Thank you for the heads up, Master Killer. I thought my audio was going through, but apparently not.
In movies, criminals are often portrayed as suave, sophisticated figures who rob banks and museums in tailored suits with high-tech gadgets. Unfortunately, the reality is a little bit less glamorous, and most thieves are considerably less intelligent than the characters we see on the silver screen. Today we're going to find that out firsthand, checking out a police lineup of clumsy criminals, bumbling burglars, and moronic shoplifters, as we take a look at some seriously stupid thieves who are caught on camera.
I even have blonde moments on vacation.
If you've ever watched a heist movie, you'll know that a successful robbery requires a few things. A ragtag crew of misfits, a montage sequence, and most importantly, the perfect escape vehicle. Unfortunately, this first stupid thief missed that memo.
Oh boy. It's okay. So it's looking like I'm gonna have to... Is it on the low side again? Hello? I might have to lower the YouTube thing. Hold up. Better? Worse? This is better or worse? Okay. What's that thought? Okay. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. It helps me greatly to make the experience better for you guys.
After robbing a store and running into the parking lot, this dim-witted criminal took his eyes and hands off the prize by chucking his ill-gotten gains into the back of his open-top truck. Everybody loves a good chase sequence, but this one was a little anticlimactic, as an employee casually jogged up to the truck, grabbed the stolen goods, and waltzed away, forcing the thief to drive off empty-handed. The criminal's terrible choice of getaway vehicle is pretty embarrassing, but incredibly, he isn't the only thief who was foiled by a pickup truck.
That's fucking awesome, bro. A homemade security system, just a fucking hose and a sprayer.
Believe it or not, this isn't a deleted scene from Home Alone, and the crafty homeowner behind this booby trap is Katie Camarena from Porterville, California, not Kevin McAllister. In the weeks prior to this video, Katie's neighborhood had been...
Truthfully, things have, on stream, things have been great. Honestly, things have been fucking fantastic for stream stuff. Off, not so much. Been going through some shit. I know you're new to the channel. Those of you are, most people already know that my stepdad is suffering from stage 3 cancer. And the man, he's not even, like, he's my dad to me. Like, he will forever be my dad. He's currently just went in the hospital yesterday just because he had 25 seizures back to back. Then somehow managed to even further fuck up his knee. If you know about that, last seizure he had got to the point where he basically kneed his own jaw. So he fucked up his jaw and his knee. He's fine that I know of, other than the 25 seizures back to back. I've no update of that since. But apparently not like that. My little brother is also in the hospital. Not sure how that happened. They don't know anything either. And my mom may also have cancer because they found a spot on her liver. or sorry, her ovary, or no, yeah, ovary. They found a spot in her ovary. So yeah, that's been an ongoing thing. But I try to look more towards the positive stuff. My stepdad is getting surgery. They originally intended to give him do the chemotherapy as normal, but given how severe the tumor was, because they originally diagnosed the tumor as benign or not at all, and then he had major seizures. Then they diagnosed him to it's no longer benign. It's a large. It was about the size of a golf ball when they diagnosed him last. And then this last time we saw the doctor, they diagnosed it as it will not stop growing. It now has a stem and everything. It is like the tumor itself. If they try to remove it, it's instant death for him. So what they're gonna do is he has a scheduled surgery for something called chemo surgery. Apparently, they're gonna use a surgery knife, chemo surgery knife, whatever the fuck that is, to remove most of the tumor. Can't remove the entire thing, but most. That way, in hopes that maybe it'll expand his life further on. And that is coming up very soon, so that's been on everyone's mind, and it's been an ongoing thing with me. As I advertise on my channel, I suffer from autism, as well as many other disabilities. The majority of them are no longer existent, at least that I know of, because I grew. I got diagnosed at a very young age. But my mom also has autism, she has a lot less autism than the rest of us, but my dad already had a concussion from when he was a teenager, because when he was a teen, had the great pleasure of having the very first Suzuki bike. He took that where he took that to a bit of road that was called Dead Man Road, and it was nothing but a strip going for a mile. And he decided to take his bike and go well over fucking 400 miles an hour on that bike, and he fell off the bike while going 400 miles an hour, and his skull bounced off the pavement like a bouncy ball, basically. And that he went like that. His skull bounced off the pavement for a good, what he said was 30 minutes, but I don't know exactly. There's no real proof behind that, just what he said. But that's what my stepdad said happened to him. So he already had that prior going on. Not to mention he's Irish. He's also redhead. He already had natural shit going on with him. So none of it really helped. The men just had horrible luck. I'm looking forward to things looking better. Things are looking better. At least that I see. I try to look more positive and look more towards the positive side of things. I don't like to look towards negative. Yeah, but that's my IRL life. My streaming life, however, has been fantastic. I've got sponsorship deals coming in. I'm waiting on the email to get sponsored by hopefully the deal goes through. I might get sponsored by Bud Light. Might. It's a big possibility that's happening here. But if I do get sponsored by Bud Light, what's supposed to happen is if I go out and, like, let's say I want to do a drunken stream or whatever, I would have to go out and buy this beer, and I would have to I would have to like lose sponsors, like promo thing live on camera while I'm doing that stream. Oh yeah, things are bound to get better, definitely. As horrible as things are, I really try to look towards those positive, and it's really helped greatly in my. I already suffer from depression as it is, so it doesn't really help me. Most things don't really help as far as that goes, but looking positively has really helped with that. It really has. But anyway, enough about me, or about myself. Let's go back to stream.
Targeted by a gang of criminals who'd started sneaking up on people's driveways in the dead of the night and stealing tools out of their vehicles. Katie's motion-activated porch light didn't deter the criminals, and the police were of little help. So the Camarinas decided to take the law into their own hands. Unfortunately, these suburban vigilantes didn't actually don masks and weapons to clean up the mean streets of Porterville. Instead, they grabbed a motion-activated lawn sprinkler and rigged it up to their truck. The trap worked perfectly, and when this criminal pulled into the Camarina's driveway that evening, all the thief cycled away with was a face full of water. Well, I assume he was a thief. Hopefully that wasn't the local paper boy.
What does it mean to be Carrington?
It's even funnier. What do you mean?
It means Carrington College has been preparing
It's even
students
funnier
for
if it's the
nursing
milkman.
careers for
What?
Well, between that getaway fail and the cat burglar who was scared off by a spritz of water, which criminal did you think was dumber? For Super Stupid Truck Boy, hit the like button. And for Cat Cretin, hit subscribe. All done? Amazing. What clips of idiocy have we got next? So that criminal didn't steal a single tool, but the Camarina's DIY booby trap definitely made him look like one. He shouldn't feel too bad though. Some criminals don't need outside help to make themselves look stupid whilst committing their crimes. Walmart's official slogan is "Save money, live better." And this criminal decided to heed their advice, saving himself a ton of cash by stealing from the store. As the dim-witted thief took his items with a 5-finger discount, he wasn't too concerned with subtlety, shoving a giant box under his hoodie and hoping for the best as he stood in line. There isn't much information about this criminal online, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he probably got caught. While that was a pretty pathetic attempt at crime, not every criminal is so inept.
Holy fucking hell. Holy fuck, bro.
This thief is like a
Yo,
magician,
hold up.
able to lift
No,
up her
no,
dress
no,
and make
no,
an entire
no.
television disappear.
We're not gonna walk past the fact you shoved that shit in your. Yeah, what is that? A PS5 box? Did you shove a PS5 box up your hoo-ha? And the fact you could just shove it up there and walk normally like nothing just got shoved and ran up your fucking hoo-ha. Like, what the fuck?
In the blink of an eye. The crime occurred in Guapeles,
Look at this shit!
Costa Rica, back in 2015.
The
And
fuck?
although the woman looks pretty stupid squatting over the television box, the way that she holds it between her legs, covers it with her dress, and walks out of the store that naturally is undeniably impressive.
That's what I'm
I've heard
saying!
people use the term as thick as thieves, but I didn't realize they were talking about their thighs. According to the local authorities, this woman was never identified or caught by the police, so you might be wondering why I'm calling her stupid.
Ma,
Well,
how'd you get this
1, the
for your
camera was
PS5?
right there.
Don't worry about
2, stop defending criminals. And 3, look at what would have happened if she'd been caught.
Vamos lá, vamos ver o que estava escondido aí. Vamos lá, vai tirando, tira tudo. Vai lá. Que bonito, hein? Isso, põe no chão. É, vai lá.
How did you smuggle all that in your dress, bro?
Vamos lá, vai tirando aí.
How the fuck? What is all that?
Vira pra cá,
Looks
vira
like
aqui, ó. Ei.
shampoo,
These two
shampoo,
women from Brazil
lotion.
tried to emulate our favorite Costa Rican criminal, but unfortunately they didn't have the thigh strength to pull off the job. The thieves reportedly grabbed a number of toiletries from this store before stuffing them in their underwear and attempting to walk out without paying. Fortunately, they were caught with their pants down as the eagle-eyed shopkeeper spotted what they were doing and forced them to lift up their dresses, revealing their stolen booty. I'm glad the shopkeeper caught the thieves, but I really hope they didn't put those products back on the shelves without
I'm
giving
hoping
them
the
a
same thing,
deep,
to be honest.
deep
I don't
clean
know.
first. It turns out this method of shoplifting is pretty
coochie
common,
flavored
although some
chocolate sounds
criminals
pretty
are
good to
more
me right now.
creative than others.
What the fuck kangaroo bullshit is this? Oh, I see what they're doing. They're stuffing it in the front pockets of men's underwear.
They say that beauty is pain, but when this criminal chose to steal a top from this clothing store, I don't think she anticipated quite how painfully
That's smart,
embarrassing
actually.
it
I
would be
never
when
thought
she
of
got
that.
caught. This shoplifter is a little bit craftier than those Brazilians, boasting a pair of customized shorts with a built-in pouch that allowed her to hide her stolen goods like a criminal kangaroo. Unfortunately, she got all dressed up for nothing, and after being caught by a shopping attendant, she was forced to stand and wait as they lifted up her dress and exposed her crimes to the rest of the store. The way that criminal was exposed was pretty embarrassing.
You gotta
But
admit
at
that
least she put
it is
some
shame it's
thought
not
into her
thievery, but you
robbery.
also gotta
The
admit that
same
it's
can't be said for this
people.
next thief.
It's crazy though. Like people will do some stupid shit just to get what they want. That's hilarious, dude. What'd you think was gonna happen?
As this Australian teenager placed a crate full of alcohol on this store's counter and sidled up to the automatic doors, he thought he'd orchestrated the perfect crime. The thief planned to snatch the booze and run straight out of the store before anyone had time to react. But unfortunately, the shopkeeper was one step ahead of him. The shopkeeper had noticed the teen's shifty behavior, prompting him to casually reach to his left and use a wireless key fob to lock the store's doors right
That's
at the
smart.
beginning of the video. As a result, when the kid tried to grab the drinks and run, he found himself trapped inside the store. He'd attempted to steal some pre-mixed Jack Daniels and Coke, but thanks to that shopkeeper's quick thinking, the kid ended up with Jack, forcing him to awkwardly search for cash in his pockets and have the world's most embarrassing conversation with the man he just tried to rob. Let's move from petty thieves and shoplifters to a criminal
That's
who tried
hilarious.
to steal
That's
something
a
a bit
smart fucking man
more
to do
substantial.
Like that. I honestly just have your shit in a fucking like one of those cars, the car key fobs. That's not a whole ass ATM. Are you gonna take that on the public bus? There's no shot. My guy, they're not gonna accept you to have the ATM on there. It's not gonna work, bro. Yeah, how do you think this is gonna work, my guy? What cartoon bullshit? Like, did you think that you're gonna fucking ride on that while you're holding the ATM in your lap or something?
This thief from New Jersey was skilled enough to steal an entire ATM, but unfortunately he'd forgotten to hire a getaway driver.
Right.
With no way of getting the ATM home, he decided to turn to public transport, lugging the machine up to a bus and asking the driver for a ride. I don't know how much bus drivers earn in New Jersey, but this one is clearly happy with his salary
See,
because
here's
he
the
closed
difference
the
between
doors
my
and left the
stupidity
criminal stranded on
and their stupidity. My stupidity brings laughter. Their stupidity just look at it like, what the fuck, bro?
the side of the road. This video is absolutely hilarious, but it was
I wish it
originally uploaded by
No, actually,
internet
no, I
comedian
lied.
and influencer
I don't
Darius
wish it
DK,
could. I just
so
wish that it
unfortunately,
didn't happen
there's
so
a good
often.
chance that this is actually a staged prank. Even if the ATM robbery is fake, there are equally shocking examples of
I
real
wish it was more
criminals
like
getting
a-
stuck in sticky situations.
Like an emotion. You know, it pops up every once in a great while. You know what I mean?
This video from Andhra Pradesh, India shows the moment that a burglar was discovered calling for help after getting stuck in a hole in the side of a temple. The thief had reportedly broken into the temple through a small ventilation window before filling his pockets with holy ornaments made out of silver. And when the criminal tried to climb back out through the hole, he got stuck, left hanging out of the wall as his legs kicked around inside. Talk about karma. After struggling for a while, the thief was forced to shout for help, alerting some passersby. Unsurprisingly, these locals weren't
You
particularly
also gotta remember,
understanding,
I'm
and instead of helping,
autistic, which means at some point in time I was mentally delayed. I'm caught up now, but at some point in my time I was mentally delayed. So I missed out on a lot of basic knowledge around the world. That to this day I'm still learning as we go. I have the majority of the world wrapped around my little finger, basic human shit, your basic normal horrible human shit. But there's still slip parts, like sometimes especially given mine, some of these human species on the other hand are world class stupid. To be fair, a shit like this is just fucking stupidity at its finest. I honestly think I have a hunch that most of stupidity what happens comes out of boredom. I mean, if you really think about it, okay, so if you look at Saudi Arabia, for example, most of their general population can't do certain things, which leaves them bored. Then it will eventually lead to stupidity. Then shit like this will happen. I don't know. I feel like I'm onto something like that, but I don't know. I still feel like the fucking stupidity should be like an emotion and only pop up once in a great while.
The criminal escaped, they filmed him and called the police. I'm not sure how long the thief was stuck in the wall for, but something tells me he'll be stuck behind bars for a little bit longer. The footage of the criminal is pretty damning, but still, it could be worse. At least he wasn't literally caught with his pants down. This criminal from Tucson, Arizona found himself in one of the most incriminating positions in the world, as he was caught hanging upside down on the fence of an elementary school with his pants around his ankles. According to an eyewitness, the criminal climbed and slipped off the fence of Miles Elementary School in an attempted break-in. Apparently, as the criminal fell off the fence, his baggy pants got caught on its spikes, leaving him hanging by his ankles with his tidy whities on show. The cops soon arrived on the scene, helping the criminal down from the fence before cuffing him and placing him in another tricky position, the back of a police car. It still isn't clear why the man was attempting to break into an elementary school. Maybe he was there for, I don't know, coloring books? Though being that stupid, I doubt he even has the capacity to color inside the lines. That guy found himself in a pretty embarrassing situation, but he isn't the only criminal who was caught hanging upside down. This thief in England was found hanging by his shoelaces after attempting to break through a window and burgle a house in Dartford, Kent. According to the local police, as the burglar tried to climb through the broken window, he managed to slip over while simultaneously getting his shoe and shoelaces trapped in the window frame. The criminal was left hanging upside down for over an hour as a crowd of 30 passers-by gathered to watch the commotion and mock him. When the homeowner got back from work, the burglar reportedly begged to be let down, but unsurprisingly, the homeowner called the cops instead. This next criminal encountered a similar problem whilst breaking and entering.
My guy. How?
Jorge has always put the ones he loves first.
I'm honestly
And when it comes
worried
to caring
about
for his
fucking
teeth,
man.
This footage shows the moment that a criminal from Melbourne, Australia attempted to break into a bookstore. As the burglar's backpack gets caught in the store's door, he struggles with it for a considerable amount of time, pulling with all of his strength, before realizing he can just take it off. Despite robbing a bookstore, this thief clearly lacks the brain cells to be able to read. However, against all odds, the criminal was somehow successful, and he was later recorded exiting the store with their safe lugging the heavy container down the road. Well, he got away with the goods, though I'd argue the video of his slapstick break-in is worth 10 times whatever was in the safe. All those felons fell at the first hurdle. However, even when thieves make it inside the place they're robbing, there's still plenty that can go wrong.
Oh, yeah? Eat some fruit snacks while we're gonna... I might get some fruit snacks real quick. Hold up. I also have fruit roll-ups, but I really want some Welch's fruit snacks right now.
Now I know what you're thinking. The new Mission Impossible looks really low budget. Well, in reality, this security footage comes from Australia, not Hollywood. And it shows the moment that a suburban home was burgled by a criminal known as the Brighton Crawler. That nickname sounds pretty terrifying, but when you watch this bumbling criminal drag his belly across the ground, it's kind of hard to be intimidated. When the crawler first broke into the home, he actually managed to notice the security cameras, prompting him to stop, drop,
He's
and
kind of dressed
crawl
like Tom
out of
Cruise too. That's
sight.
funny.
This display of intelligence was pretty short-lived, and as he tried to crawl across the floor to avoid being seen, he accidentally shoveled his way into view. If that wasn't stupid enough, the crawler then turned and stared straight at the camera, giving the cops a clear look at his face. According to the police, the crawler attempted to steal 2 safes from the home, but when a neighbor came to investigate the disturbance, he ran away and climbed over the garden fence, escaping empty-handed. Unfortunately, the police haven't been able to identify or track down the criminal, so as of now, the Brighton crawler is still at large, slithering around the streets of Australia in search of a new house to unsuccessfully rob. The home security cameras got a pretty good look at the crawler's face, so he's incredibly lucky that the police weren't able to identify him. Committing a crime like that without wearing a mask seems pretty dumb, but then again, a disguise doesn't always make a criminal harder to track down. When this criminal from Belleville, Illinois decided to hold up a gas station, he had the bright idea of wearing a mask. Unfortunately, his choice in disguise left a lot to be desired, as he walked into the store and robbed the cashier with a see-through plastic bag over his head. The criminal only stole $60 from the gas station, but to be fair, that was probably all he could carry. It's not like he could use the bag he'd brought. Unsurprisingly, when this CCTV footage was shared with the police, it didn't take them long to identify the criminal and arrest him, and he was later sentenced to 15 years in prison for the robbery and a string of previous offenses. The plastic bag bandit is pretty dumb, but he has some competition.
What
These
adventure
shoplifters
did
were
that
caught on
plastic bag
camera
have? What?
stealing
No
alcohol
fucking
from a
shot.
convenience store in Louisa, Virginia, while donning 2 carved-out watermelons fitted with eye holes.
There's no
It isn't
shot.
clear why the melon-headed criminals decided to don these makeshift melon masks, but it didn't take long for the Louisa Police Department to identify one of them as 20-year-old Justin Rogers. Justin was charged with larceny, and while the police didn't explain how they tracked him down, if I had to guess, I'd say they probably used their own melons. Let's move from shoplifting to white-collar crime as we check out the story of an independent contractor who had to pay $563 in damages and serve 2 years of probation after attempting to defraud the company he was working for.
I recognize that room. I recognize where this is. I know where this is. This is a mental institute.
This is Alexander Goldinsky, an independent contractor who decided to have a change in career, trying his hand at acting and insurance fraud at the same time.
I mean,
In this
it's the same
video,
layout. Maybe
Alexander
we're gonna-
clearly
I'm
pours a cup of
associating
ice
the
on the
same
floor
layout.
before stepping on a cube and pretending to slip over. After the video ends, the fraudster
will say a lot of
reportedly rolled
items
around
are
on the
very
floor for a
identical.
while until one of his colleagues found him and called an ambulance. After being taken to hospital, Alexander filed a large insurance claim against the company, asking them to pay for his ambulance ride and the supposedly expensive treatment he received for his non-existent injuries. The company were happy to pay, but first they had to
hold up.
conduct an
How did they-
investigation into
what?
the incident. An investigation that uncovered this damning surveillance footage. The embarrassing video incriminated Alexander immediately, and instead of receiving a big insurance payout, he was forced to pay $563 in restitution to the insurance firm, serve 2 years of probation, and undergo 14 hours of community service.
Well, I would
All in
too.
all, Alexander's career as a fraudster didn't work out, and he's unlikely to get hired as an independent contractor ever again. However, if I was
Good
him,
try,
I'd
though, to
try
be
and find
honest.
myself
You gotta
an
live there
agent and
for
book
a
some auditions.
short
With
time.
acting chops like this, he was clearly born to be on the silver screen, not the floor. Watching Alexander shamelessly steal from work is pretty disheartening. However, not all criminals are so dishonest. Some of them genuinely love good old-fashioned hard work.
Is he actually mowing the lawn right now? He is. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is he mowing?
This criminal is either the stupidest or the most thoughtful thief in the world. because after stealing a lawnmower from a house in Port Arthur, Texas, he decided to do some yard work, heading out into the garden and mowing the homeowner's lawn. When the police arrived, the crook reportedly ran away from the cops, dragging the lawnmower behind him. Unfortunately, the weight of the lawnmower was too cumbersome, prompting him to ditch it in an alleyway before making his escape. The police used the security camera to identify the thief as a local criminal called Marcus Hubbard. However, they weren't able to track Marcus down, and they're reportedly still looking for his whereabouts. If you ask me, even if the cops do find Marcus, the real winner in all of this is the homeowner. After all, they got their lawnmower back and their lawn mowed for free. Sounds like a win-win to me. Marcus managed to get away from the cops, but not all criminals are lucky enough to evade arrest. Back in 2017, John Bell from Houston, Texas tried to rob a cell phone store, storming in with a gun and demanding that the shopkeeper empty the cash register. Unfortunately, he was immediately outsmarted by both the shopkeeper and her customers as they quickly rushed out of the store and locked the door behind them. At this moment, John became the hostage as he was stuck inside the store with no way of getting out. Most thieves want to break into places, but over the next 8 minutes, John did everything he could to get out of the building, desperately kicking and ramming the door in futile attempts to break through the glass and steel bars. Unfortunately, he was as skinny as he was stupid, and after a few minutes of prying and begging passersby to let him out, the police arrived, arresting the criminal before later sentencing him to 5 years in jail. Although technically he'd already served 8 minutes. Now this next thief's breaking and entering skills are more efficient than stupid. However, the target of his burglary makes him look pretty dumb after he put in all that effort to steal a Mickey Mouse toy from a piano store. I've heard of a cat burglar, but this thief's interest in plush mice is pretty confusing. Nobody's sure why the criminal stole such a worthless item, but hey, thieves are people too. Maybe he just gets lonely at night. The thief was never identified, but luckily a local charity bought the store a new Mickey Mouse toy for the window and threw in a plush Minnie Mouse as an added bonus. That's a nice gesture, or should I say, a mice gesture. I'll see myself out for that one. I'm not sure why a thief would steal a plush toy, but this next criminal has a much clearer motive for his crime. Hunger.
He wanted cuddles.
This criminal gave a new definition to the term caught red-handed after attempting to steal a rack of lamb meat from a kebab restaurant. Unfortunately for the thief, these rotating skewers are super heated to cook the lamb meat and keep it warm throughout the night, a fact that he only learned after grabbing the metal. The thief's eyes were bigger than his stomach, and his
that way when you get in the store,
when you see it spinning, it's cooking the rest of the way,
and
ego.
E-learning has absolutely boomed since the COVID pandemic. But where are the investment opportunities?
Don't get me wrong, stealing food from a restaurant is pretty immoral behavior, but do you know what's even worse? Being a quitter. That bandit's lack of commitment to his crime is disappointing to see, but to be fair, he isn't the only criminal who gave up at the first hurdle.
What the fuck are you doing? That's hilarious.
When this porch pirate from Tacoma, Washington decided to steal this package, he saw it as a way to make himself some easy cash. Little did he know this house was far from an easy target, and he'd accidentally stumbled upon the home of Jeremy Barrow, the creator of an anti-porch pirate booby trap called The Blank Box. The Blank Box's story starts back in 2017 when Jeremy's packages were getting repeatedly stolen by porch pirates. Jeremy decided to get some revenge on the thieves, so he constructed a fake package out of blank shotgun shells and fishing wire that lets out a flash and a bang when lifted. As you can see, Jeremy's so-called blank box was pretty effective at deterring porch pirates, and before long every criminal who tried to rob Jeremy was sent running away, sprawling across his front yard in fear. The gadget worked so well that he started selling them, setting up an online store to help other people with a porch pirate problem. Instead of spending a ton of money on advertising, all Jeremy had to do to sell the product was buy a porch camera, set up a YouTube channel, and expose every thief who tried to steal his packages. showing how effective the blank box is at keeping his
Yeah, that was
deliveries
actually pretty
safe.
smart, to be honest.
Exposing all those porch pirates online must be pretty satisfying for Jeremy. However, I'm not sure he should bother going to all the effort because sometimes the stupidest criminals expose themselves.
That is
Back in
also true.
2012,
Very,
Hannah
very true.
Sabata from Waco, Texas decided to go on a crime spree, robbing $6,000 from a bank at gunpoint and stealing a Pontiac Grand Am. By all accounts, the 19-year-old had gotten away with her crimes after successfully evading the cops and making it back home. Unfortunately, instead of lying low and enjoying her newfound wealth, Hannah decided to pull out her camera and make a YouTube video.
No shot. She actually did, though. What the fuck?
In this grainy, glitchy video, Hannah boasts about her crimes in great detail while showing her ill-gotten gains off to the camera. As you can imagine, it didn't take long for the police to see the video, and they arrested Hannah the same day that it was uploaded. With this online confession, the case was open and shut, and Hannah was later sentenced to 10 to 20 years in prison for her crime spree. So her life as a teenager and her career as a YouTuber came to an abrupt end. Uploading your own confession onto YouTube is pretty stupid, but it could be worse. Back in 2017, a burglar called Jesse Berube one-upped Hannah and established himself as one of the dumbest criminals of all time, after calling 911 on himself. In December 2017, Jesse decided to channel his inner Santa Claus as he attempted to burglarize a business in Citrus Heights, California by climbing down their chimney. Now, Santa's had a lot of practice climbing down chimneys over the years, but unfortunately, this was Jesse's first time. As he reached the bottom of the chimney, he got stuck. Jesse tried to wiggle his way out of the tight, dark space, but eventually, he accepted his fate, reaching into his pockets and dialing 911 for help. Presumably, the local police spent a good few minutes laughing at Jesse over the phone before heading to the scene and discovering him trapped in the chimney, completely covered in soot. After another bout of laughing, the cops rescued him from the hole, pulling him to safety and charging him with 1 count of burglary. Jesse might be one of the only criminals to have called the cops on himself. And he better watch his back in prison. Nobody there likes snitches. Not even the ones who snitch on themselves. Well, with that, our police lineup is complete, as we've explored an entire prison's worth of criminals that are all guilty of being absolute.
Have you ever wanted to meet one of your favorite cartoon characters in real life? I know I have. But what would their fantastical animated designs look like if they were brought into the real world? To get a better idea, I had my intern, what's his name? Oh yeah, George, run some prompts through Midjourney, an AI art machine capable of taking images and adjusting them through a series of prompts. But some of these reimaginings haven't turned out as cute as I'd hoped. With that, say goodbye to your pure childhood memories as we take a look at some realistic versions of your favorite cartoon characters. Despicable You. Back in 2010, the animated film Despicable Me took the world by storm, and while everyone liked the human cast, it was the banana yellow minions that stole the show. People adored their smooth yellow shape and great big goggles, but let's see what you think of them after they've been through the
Master
Midjourney
Killer. Thank you
machine.
so much.
Oh,
I look forward to your
Kevin,
next visit.
Stuart and Bob look like they're having a bad day.
If you do decide to tune in next time,
even worse, life.
we'll probably be playing a game.
What the heck happened? Well, according to the movie's lore, these particular 3 minions have been
Love you so
slaving away
much.
for Gru
Okay, you
since
have a good day, good week,
1968.
good life.
The supervillain would now
Make
be in
sure
his late
think
50s,
positive,
at least we can
and I'll see you when you
assume
come
from
back.
the balding. So in reality, after 50 years toiling away day after day in a basement, the minion's skin is wrinkled, their teeth are missing, and their eyesight has deteriorated to the point they need super thick glasses. Because by reality's laws, these minions are old. Gru, on the other hand, looks pretty good for his age, probably because he's never had to work a day in his life.
Right.
Feelin' Swine. Do you know Peppa Pig? I imagine most of you do. After all, this British children's show has been around since 2004. Toddlers love this piggish tune, following the preppy pink anthropomorphic pig and her family through all sorts of adventures. Although maybe youngsters wouldn't be quite so keen on Peppa if they knew what she looked like in real. Oh, don't sneak up on me like that. In the show, her features are only ever seen on one side of her face, which in reality makes for quite a peculiar looking porcine. To make things worse, she's also taken a rather feral turn. I guess Midjourney imagined her as more of a wild hog. Well, in the show, there aren't many humans in Peppa's world. Without farmers to raise and breed them, wild pigs would be the norm, and they'd need some defensive features, such as hardened lumps on their snouts, just like a warthog. Can't say that dress is doing Peppa any favors, though. She'd probably benefit from a bit more coverage, like a paper bag over her head. Okay, perhaps I'm being a little pig-headed. Old Yellow.
Hey, Homer. How you doing?
Which icon embodies the spirit of America more than any other? The bald eagle? The Statue of Liberty? The Star-Spangled Banner? Nope, it's Homer Simpson of The Simpsons cartoon fame. The beer-swelling, TV-binging, junk food gobbling bonehead is an undisputed icon of the USA. Beloved by fans and critics alike, Homer is undoubtedly one of the greatest cartoon characters of all time. Whoa! Let's just see how popular he is if we turn this everyman into a real man. Dope! In reality, Homer's even less attractive than his animation.
Yeah.
But this wasn't made in Midjourney. No, this creepy creation comes straight from the brain of Miguel Vasquez, a digital artist who specializes in turning your childhood favorites into realistically unsettling freaks of nature. You can see how Vasquez brilliantly captured Homer's horrifyingly bulbous eyes, which is a feature I've genuinely never thought twice about until right now. And is Homer laughing or choking here? I genuinely can't tell. To create these, Miguel paid close attention to the character's cartoonish features, such as his tube-like head, bulging colorless eyes, and unnaturally wide beak-like mouth. Maybe that's why Homer struggles to chew those delicious donuts. Donuts.
Actually, donut actually sounds really good right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Feel the burns. Evil tycoons are everywhere, and before you rush to the comment section, I'm not naming names. Any real names, anyway. I'm talking about the Simpsons' own Springfield power plant owner, Charles Montgomery Burns. With his age set somewhere between 81 and 120, the most realistic version of this cartoon would just be a haggard corpse in a suit. But let's see what Midjourney thinks. Huh, it seems Midjourney agrees with me. To bring out every liver-spotted detail, George drew prompt inspiration from this grotesquely glorious costume by Nelson Cooper. Since the cartoon series often makes reference to Mr. Burns' demonic connections, this realistic Monty has an undead appeal. Hence why his eyes are so dramatically sunken into his head, and with the muscles in his face atrophying unnaturally over the prolonged years, it really brings out all the sharp angles of his skull. No wonder Homer is so scared of entering his office. When originally designing the evil oligarch's appearance, Simpson creators were inspired by Fox Corporation founder Barry Diller, whom they then crossed with a praying mantis. No wonder realistic Mr. Burns looks like he devours small insects.
He looks like he devoured souls. My God,
Enter
what the
the
fuck you mean?
Voidberg. Matt Groening is arguably most well known for creating The Simpsons, but his signature style doesn't stop at Springfield. His other famous series, Futurama, first aired back in 1999 and is full of silly escapades and kooky characters.
Right.
None more so than Dr. John Zoidberg, the disgusting yet lovable crustacean physician. Now, I don't know what would be worse than being treated by Dr. Zoidberg other than being treated by his realistic counterpart. Oh my God. George wanted to give some authenticity to a realistic Zoid, so he used prompts for some real-life sea creatures like cuttlefish and lobster into the Midjourney machine. To really bring out the horror, he added some prompts in based around the tentacle-faced alien species from the world of Doctor Who. You can certainly see the tentacled resemblance between these guys. Being a mutated chimera of sea and space creatures, I can't imagine this slimy-looking alien has the best bedside manner. I don't know whether he'd prefer to treat me or eat me. I'm Rickle Pick! Unless you've been living in a cave for the past 10 years, then you've probably heard of Rick and Morty.
Right.
The nihilist sci-fi comedy that's got its fair share of, let's call them, very dedicated fans. Unsurprisingly, George is also one of these types of people. Kinda makes sense considering all the stuff he's been putting out here today. George was inspired by the episode where Rick transforms himself into a preserved cucumber. You know, Pickle Rick. Let's transfer it to reality, shall we? Oh, God. Well, I don't know what I expected. How did we even get here? Well, the original cartoon character design of Rick Sanchez was based on Doc Brown from the Back to the Future series. Working with this information, George combined this with the prompt's pickle with ugly old man face. Makes sense. But why are his teeth so round? In fact, how does this pickle close its mouth considering how wonky its gums and jaws are? God, and its eyes. Its weirdly piercing, bulbous blue eyes. It's like they're piercing into my soul, Morty. Ooh la la. Ever since it began airing way back in 2010, I've longed to live in the world of Adventure Time. Pendleton Ward's quirky cartoon follows the wacky adventures of heroes Finn the Human and Jake the Dog in the land of Ooh. It'd be a blast visiting the Candy Kingdom, battling evil monsters and rescuing damsels in distress. That is, as long as I didn't have to meet Finn in real life. Oh my glob! Ward's simplistic designs don't really lend themselves to noses, which is fine in cartoon form, but not in real life. Ooh is a post-apocalyptic society born out of nuclear destruction, and nearly all the characters are mutants. Finn, although still human, is no exception, which explains his lack of schnoz and his wide-set, far-apart eyes. You might also notice his nasty gnashers. In the cartoons, Finn has an acute fear of the dentist, so it'd be no surprise if all those trips to the Candy Kingdom had totally rotted his teeth.
Well, yeah, it's candy, my guy.
What do you think, Jake?
You disgusting, disgusting creature.
I agree. Oh boy, do I agree. Calamity. Back in 1999, former marine biologist Stephen Hillenburg created a TV series that would go on to shape some of our earliest memories, SpongeBob SquarePants. It follows the cartoon life of the adorable, animate, big-eyed, pant-wearing sea sponge, Bob, and all his friends at the bottom of the ocean. Okay, George, I think I'm ready. Show me what Midjourney thinks he looks like. Oh, God, no. No, turns out I wasn't ready. Those eyes. Those giant lidless eyes. So they might not actually be lidless. Many creatures that live in the sea have nictitating membrane instead of eyelids, which are translucent, allowing them to maintain vision in the murky depths. Many others, like fish, don't have anything to protect their eyes at all. So no wonder SpongeBob's real eyes are so uncovered. The unnaturally deeply pockmarked yellow sponge skin of his face and painful-looking buck teeth don't feel cute anymore. Just horrifying. But George wasn't happy to ruin just one character from this childhood favorite franchise, oh no. Patrick the Starfish, or Sea Star, which is a more accurate name for the species since they're not actually fish, got the same Midjourney makeover and oh dear.
Who's she texting while you're asleep? A single Spokio search can help you find out who's behind
Neptune. It's really captured the knobby, bony, calcified skin of the real-life starfish on Patrick's stomach, along with his wide, toothless mouth. When these real-life counterparts are put side by side, these two look less like a pair of adorable best friends and more like a reason to stay out of the ocean forever.
Right?
Mousetrap. When I say Disney, there's one big-eared cartoon character that immediately springs to mind. Yep, the one and only Mickey Mouse. But I've got to be honest, I don't really see a mouse in Mickey's design. Sure, he's got big round ears and a tail, but he's smooth. Don't mice have fur? And his eyes are on the front of his face. Normal mice have eyes on the sides of their heads as they're prey animals, and this placement gives them a better field of vision to watch for predators. So with forward-facing eyes, this means Mickey's a predator? No, that can't be right. Hey, George. Let's see if Midjourney can give us a more realistic look at this beloved mess. Oh, I immediately regret asking for this. I mean, I got the fur I asked for, but the grayish lumpy flesh and those giant bumpy ears feel very wrong. And while that's more anatomically accurate to a mouse, this mouse's eyes, while sunken into his face, are still facing forward, so despite his unsettling dark toothless smile, this mouth is still technically a predator. Yeah, that's okay. I never wanted to go to Disney World anyway. Hip-hop.
the fuck?
If you thought I was only going to destroy your pure and wholesome image of Disney, don't worry. Warner Brothers, you're next. Bugs Bunny, the carrot-chopping wise guy, has been an icon of Warner since his initial success in the 1940s. For this one, George decided to imagine Bugs as if his proportions were translated to a bipedal human-like form. What would that look like? See for yourself. My God! George, what did you feed into Midjourney? Pure nightmare fuel? If you're a fan of the horror game Five Nights at Freddy's, don't you think this thing wouldn't look out of place at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? It's not all that awful for the most part, but when you focus in on that mouth and the disturbingly crooked uneven teeth paired with the wide yellow eyes, and the fact that this thing stands up like a human, yeah, my instinct is telling me to run. Sorry, Bugs, but I'm out of here. Mo. If I could visit any place from the land of fiction, do you know where I'd go? Literally anywhere except Moe's Tavern from The Simpsons. Even in cartoon form, I can tell that place is an absolute dive. But how would Springfield's bad-tempered, hard-nosed barkeep Moe Sislak look in real life? I thought the cartoon version was ugly. How did George create this lifelike Moe? For starters, if you've seen other realistic versions of the character, you might notice a resemblance to American comedian Rich Hall. It's not a coincidence. The equally acerbic Hall is said to be the real-life inspiration behind Moe's character, a claim Hall proudly supports given he used to work.
We're actually gonna end it here. Oh, yo, what the fuck? Okay, so we're actually gonna end it here. With that being said, I love you so much. Okay, I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I will be live later today. I won't actually. No, I won't. Maybe, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. But if you guys are in my Discord, tonight is movie night, and it looks like we're watching Gangsters in Paradise because that's what people voted for. So that's what we're watching. We start at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. If you want to join the Discord and tune in, come on. With that being said, I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, you guys.